What's up everyone, this is JP from Team Meta Club coming back at you with another video. This is Oscar. He's a pretty chill dude. What's up dude? Alright, so he's gonna be showing us his awesome deck that he's topped with I believe multiple times in different shops, especially here. It's a pretty unique deck. I'll let him do all the talking. I don't want to spoil it until he says it. So yeah, he's a really cool player. We like playing with him and his friends, his little team, Ruby and friends. But we're trying to take over that, trying to take over, but alright, no problem. So let's go ahead and let's get on with the deck.
Alright, so for our leader we have Cell. Once per turn you can place one card under Cell, and you can pop a 3 cost or less. It's really good. And his Awaken, you draw 2 cards, and then you can place once per turn 1 card under Cell to draw 2 cards. Then if you have 2 cards underneath him, you take those 2, put them in the drop area, and you can pop any cost card. So very good leader, very good now that Mecha has been errated. So moving on to the engine, first we have the veggie package. We run 4 Kaba, 4 Khalifa, and 4 Kale. Kaba, self-explanatory, it gets out our Khalifas and it helps you search for kills. It reduces the cost of each, lets you play a Khalifa if you find it for free. Khalifa helps you Awaken for those people that want to stall you out, and Kale has that critical, you draw power, and you can pop one of their 5 costs or less. So veggie package, very self-explanatory, very strong. Next we come to androids. So we have Dr. Giro. He basically searches for your androids that you have in the deck, so very self-explanatory. So we run the Android 13 engine, no Cell engine. Personally, I feel it's more consistent in regards to discarding and you still having more threats than just having to worry about the Cell engine. So what this guy does, combination attack Android 14, is when you combo during your turn, your opponent chooses a battle card to discard and put in the drop area, so very good in regards to getting targets off the board. Next we have Android 15, just saying hi. Better go tanks in my opinion, because you just get to play him and you get to stall your opponent out, and your opponent discards when you play him. So in my opinion, it's already really good. What is this one? Unfielding Destroyer Android 14, 4-drop. Double strike. When you play this card, your opponent chooses one of their battle cards and KOs it. If that card that's KO'd is energy cost 3 or less, then you draw 1 card. Very good, and it adds to the Android 14 and 13 engine. Then we have here Unfielding Destroyer Android 15. Your opponent discards from hand, and they if that card is 4 or more, it costs 4 or more, then I draw a card. So really good in regards to popping things on the board and getting that hand control. Then we have Dawn of Terror Android 13. Now this guy, if you play him turn 5, you can basically get out your big guy. What he does is Union Absorb, you pay 1 green and you get 1 15 and 1 14 from your drop area, and you get to summon the big guy. So but what he does is that your opponent, when you play him, your opponent chooses 1 battle card and they discard it. So moving on to the big guy, Unending Destruction Android 13. So he's double strike. When you play this card, your opponent destroys another card on the battle area. So whenever one of your opponent's battle cards is placed in the drop area by any of your skills, then your opponent discards from their hand a card. So, but it does not apply when you use his effect. So, but having Cell as your leader, you can pop a minion from your from Cell's effect, so that counts as a skill and your opponent drops. He's really good at ending the game and really good at control. Then we have the 10k boost, self-explanatory. You get 10,000 when you're at 4 or less and your opponent discards a card, and that really helps combo with the with the 13, because if you use this to discard a battle card, if your opponent discards a battle card when you use this, then they have to pop another one for his effect. So that's really good. Little combo piece right there. Then we have our negates, 4 negates. I was running 3, but I felt 4 was better just for the green energy, and as well as the ability for this one is if you negate something, your opponent, and if they have like a Bulma or a Boo or anything on board, you know, you pitch from hand and they destroy it, and then that goes again with the 13. You know, it's removed by a skill, so they discard from hand. You know, very good. Now the black package, we have Relentless Destruction Mirror. You overwhelm 3 and your opponent discards a card from hand. So again, if you have the 13 on board and you play Mirror, then you know they pitch another card. So the deck's really all about control. And then we have Increasing Evil Mass Saiyan. So with this one, it's overwhelm 4 and 1 energy. You take a life, and this is here mainly because for self-awaken, you know, just in case you're negging on your Khalifas, if you're not able to find them for some reason, then this really helps out and just adds for a little bit more of awaken, and you get to pop 5-drop or less. And again, that also goes in with the 13. You know, all these cards really help the 13's effect out, and honestly, I think it's a lot more consistent than the cell chain. Personally, you have a lot of threats. You have a lot of battle cards that can do damage to the leader, and really, even if you don't get the 13 out, you have so many threats that, you know, your opponent can't really keep up with, and you're basically controlling the whole game. And that's basically it.
Overall, how do you like the deck?
Overall, I really enjoy the deck. It's very fun, very different. I didn't play Cell Set 2 because I didn't like the cell chain and having to rely on the cell chain, and this gives it a lot more diversity and a very competitive edge.
Alright. Well, thanks for showing your awesome deck profile, man. Is there anything you would like to say before we end this video?
Just encourage more people to play a lot more diverse decks. You know, now that Mecha Frieza has been errated, you know, it opens up a whole possibilities of a lot of different decks, and hopefully we get to see a lot more creativity in what the community has to offer.
Alright, man. Well, thanks for the deck profile, dude, and hope to see you again.
Alright, thank you.